Hello, welcome back to the Bricks Hub. Today's video is a continuation of the last one I actually did. The last video I did an alternate build of the new Slave 1 Microfighter set, which I really like. I did a bit of a mini review at the start of it, but I did an alternate build which I liked, but it wasn't really that great. It was just kind of a little speeder. So I spent a little bit more time, did a bit more experimenting, and this is the next alternate build I've come up with. So you can see that this is something significantly, well, I would say significantly improving on the previous alternate build I did. And this is more of like a sort of speeder slash almost like a jet plane if they existed in Star Wars. I'd maybe say it's like a small starfighter, supposed to be very maneuverable, very quick, and has the sort of the Boba Fett colour scheme that the Slave 1 had. You've got some engines on the back there. You've got two sets of guns now. You've got some heavier ones just underneath the main section of the wings, and then you've got some on the tips as well. These parts of the wings can actually be lifted up, and you can lower them down as well. And I've just put a little stand here, but that doesn't actually come in the set, so just keep that in mind. I'm especially pleased with the shaping of this one, actually. I'm really happy that I managed to get like quite a distinctive sort of shape out of this this build. It's got quite a almost like a sort of dagger-like sort of feel to it. It's chunky where it needs to be, but it's also quite smooth as well. And I'm surprised that a minifigure could still fit in the cockpit. It does make it like stick up a little bit too much maybe, but I do like that there's room. And the slight caveat is that Boba Fett can't really wear his jetpack when he's sat in here. It makes sense if you've got a smaller ship, there's no real need for a jetpack at all times, so with this you just can't really wear it on the figure. But there should be room, and there's always a place maybe you can just hang the jetpack on the build or something like that. So as with that, another thing you can do is you can lift the cockpit up and you can remove him like that. But at the moment, I'm kind of happy that I actually managed to find a use for the cockpit piece, because in the previous one I couldn't really find a way to integrate it into the build. But in this one, I'm really happy that I did. And if you think it might be a little bit overkill with the two guns, you can just remove these two and have it like that, and that looks a little bit more maybe more like a sort of a standard sort of Star Wars like ship, maybe not as heavily armored. And if you're really feeling interested, you could just add these pieces at the end of each. But I'm personally not a big fan of the grey and the black on the same gun, so I kind of like having them two separate. The ones closest to the body are maybe a little heavier, maybe don't have less range, while the ones on the wingtips are maybe shoot a bit further, but maybe don't do as much damage. It's just the sort of thing. There's different armaments for different things. So I kind of like what I came up with here. The wings actually went through a little bit of a redesign. Originally, these circular pieces were going to be on the edge there, but I actually quite like how they almost kind of integrate into the shape, and I quite like this. So I've gone with that, and I'm actually really happy how seamless the build kind of ended up. Even the underside of the wings looks quite nice. Obviously not the best with the limitations, but I really like what I came up with here. So overall, I'm really happy with this build. I liked being able to, do some more like unique shapes rather than just a fairly basic speeder-looking design. And I'm still glad that you can fit Boba Fett in, and that it still looks like something you'd see in Star Wars. I hope you like it too. There's a tutorial coming up very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And let me know if you have any other ideas for videos or builds. Thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers. We just hit that recently. I did a bit of a celebratory community post, so feel free to check that out. Thank you so much, and have a good day.